Welcome to Michigan's WW1 Centennial News Report. I'm Dennis Skupinski. This episode is entitled Grandfather of the Internet, Major General George Owen Squier. He grew up in a small town in Lapeer County, Michigan by the name of Dryden, and in 1910 invented a process called multiplexing, which allowed multiple signals to transfer along on an ordinary telephone line. Later on, this technology was used when they developed the Internet to process large amounts of information without dramatically increasing the size of the cables. That's the reason why he's called Grandfather of the Internet. Also in this episode, we have an interview from Lord Faulkner, Chairman of the War Heritage Group based in the United Kingdom. Then we have our state update as far as Michigan's WW1 Centennial, and also we have what's going on the Internet, on our Internet update. Thank you for watching Michigan's WW1 Centennial News. So far, Governor Snyder has not approved a WW1 Centennial Commission or Committee, but plans are moving forward. I've met with the chairman of the War of 1812 Bicentennial Commission, James O'Connell, and also the Civil War Sesquicentennial Chairman, Jack Dempsey, and are making plans as far as what we should do and what we should plan for the WW1 Centennial Commission.
The War Heritage Group came into being originally to protect World War I battlefields from inappropriate development. Since then, it has widened its remit to cover battlefields more widely in Britain and abroad, and also to preserve the memory of war heritage issues in a way that help the public and parliamentarians keep alive these important recollections. I think we are still at a very early stage in this country. There is a lot of local activity going on. In my own community of Worcester, for example, the mayor has convened a group of interested parties, the British Legion, the local authority representatives, people concerned about war memorials and others, and there are a lot of activities like that going on around the country. What we need is some central government coordination so that we're all pulling in the same direction and we're not left behind by the governments of, say, Flanders or Australia or New Zealand, whose plans are very well advanced.
On March 21st, 1865, George Owen Squier was born in Lapeer County, Michigan, in a town called Dryden. In 1887, he graduated 7th in his class at the United States Military Academy at West Point, New York. He was appointed a second lieutenant in artillery. In 1903, he attended Johns Hopkins University and received a Ph.D. in physics. Later in his life, he invented a process called multiplexing, which allowed large amounts of information to be transferred over telephone lines. In 1910, he was granted a patent for multiplexing. Later in his life, in 1919, he was elected to the National Academy of Science for this, the only Army officer to be in the Academy. While he was a Signal Corps officer during the 1900s, he was in charge of aviation, so he had a chance to work with the Wright brothers with Army aviation. Eventually, he purchased several airplanes for the Army Signal Corps. He also became the first military passenger when he flew in one of the military planes he purchased from the Wright brothers. In 1919, he retired from the service and received the Distinguished Service Medal, the highest medal given for non-combat operations. In 1922, he created a company called Wired Radio. Wired Radio was a company that piped music to businesses and subscribers. Today we call this elevator music. In 1934, he changed the name from Wired Radio to Muzak. George Owen Squier died March 24, 1934. Even though Major General Squier has passed, his legacy lives on with multiplexing, which is involved with the Internet. Also, he left about 40 acres of land in Lapeer County called the Golden Rule Club. It's a park that has a tea house, a meeting hall, and also a lookout tower. It's something that the citizens of Lapeer County still enjoy. Next time you're in Lapeer County, stop by and see General Squier Park. And now, the Internet Update. We go to a web page called In Flanders Fields. It's designed by the Flanders House to promote tourism and understanding between the United States and the area in Europe called Flanders. Flanders is where most of the Western Front battles took place. And what they want you to do is remember the First World War and also celebrate the centennial coming up starting in 2014. The final segment of the Internet Update is regarding our webpage at Facebook and also LinkedIn. If you haven't been to Facebook or LinkedIn to Michigan's World War I Centennial page, please do so now.